This is a crochet project that just ultimately didn't work out. This is one of my dragon scale fingerless gloves. The yarn is Metallico from Hobie, in kind of a dark green color. But these gloves came out really big. Here's the other of the pair on my hand. Granted, I do have very small hands, but even on people with larger hands than I have, these gloves are just too big, I think, to be comfortable. There's a close-up on the scales. I have since refined the pattern, especially to make the wrist part. See how much room I have there? Much smaller, so that it doesn't have quite as much room and fits the human wrist a little bit better. Luckily, I've done it in kind of a way that still fits a range of sizes of hands and wrists. That's something that I definitely want to keep doing, you know, making sure that people of all hand sizes can wear these fun dragon scale fingerless gloves. Yep. But this pair didn't work out, so I wanted to reuse the yarn for something else, and I recently got a commission that kind of fit this yarn, I think, really well. So I've started making a plushie with it. This is just the head of the plushie that I started yesterday. Sorry, the lighting is not great there. But this is the mini Loch Ness monster pattern by SweetOddityArt. I love this pattern. It's so simple, it's so much fun, and it makes a really, really cute plushie. I've done this pattern a couple times now, but I know someone who saw one of the Loch Ness monster plushies that I made, the plushie I made for myself, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I was like, hey, if you ever want one, I do commissions, which means that I will get paid for it once I have it all finished. For commissions, I do not accept payment until I actually have the plushie done. I've sent photos to the person for their approval, make sure that they are still interested in it, all that good stuff. And then the plushie is ready for me to send it to them. But I have not done this Loch Ness monster pattern in this yarn before, so I'm really excited to see how that turns out. It is such a beautiful yarn, and it comes in such beautiful colors. I do really enjoy working with it. It is not the easiest to frog or to unravel. So if you are interested in trying out this yarn, I think that is just something to be aware of. I did have to fight it a little bit to start unraveling this glove here. But I'm very glad to be working on a new project with this yarn, to use it up. And I hope that my friend really likes how the plushie turns out. We will see. But I will keep working on this, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, I managed to get the entire body piece of my Loch Ness monster plushie from just one of those gloves that I made. So I have a little bit left over from the start of the glove. I still have an entire other glove, the other of the pair, left. So now I can make his little, I guess, flippers. I assume that they would be flippers on the Loch Ness monster. So I will make those. The yarn is super soft for plushies. I have not used it to make a plushie before, so this is kind of an experiment. He is rather floppy, but I think that's okay. It is not fun to try to frog or unravel this yarn. It does stick to itself. It gets really fussy, so I don't really recommend that. That's not fun. But I should only be doing that for this particular project and this yarn. But I'm gonna keep going, and then we'll see how this turns out when it's done. Okay, all flippers are made and attached to this very floppy Loch Ness monster. Here's how much of the second glove I have left. I'm gonna weave in all these ends and roll this into a yarn ball. Here's the finished Loch Ness Monster plushie. I'm very pleased with how this came out. The yarn actually worked pretty well for this project. I still have some left over that I need to roll into a yarn ball. I have some project ideas for it, but I think it'll be a while before I get to that. But this was a fun little project. I love this pattern. I'll try to link it below. Again, it is the mini Loch Ness Monster pattern by SweetOddityArt. But yep, my friend still wants the plushie, so I'm gonna get that all packed up and ready to go. Thanks for watching.